Hello everyone and welcome to today's video, which is the part 2 of my Byzantium to Rome series. And as you can see, we own pretty much everything in the southern Roman Empire borders. We are now lacking some provinces in the Balkans. As you can see, Dalmatia is our pronoia. We also have some pronoias in Tripoli, Tlemcen, Morocco, Kabylia. Meaning that the goals for today are going to be consolidating the southern part of the Roman Empire by defeating the Ottomans, the Mamluks, Castile, and maybe start incursioning in Iberia and Italy, and of course breaking the Itary. I'm going to start improving relations right now with the electors in order to be able to break the Itary as soon as Austria declares on me. As you can see, they are the emperor and they are allied to me. However, as I'm married with Burgundy and I'm going to get the Burgundian inheritance, they will attack me at some point. Whenever this happens, I'll break the Itary, and then I will start incursioning the German parts of the Roman Empire. However, and as I said in my last video on the end, my goal now is to attack the Ottomans, and this is exactly what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to declare on them, and then I'm going to attack either Castile or the Mamluks. So there we are going to declare for the conquest of Sugla and co-belligerent Ak-Koyunlu. There, as you can see, I managed to corner pretty much all of the Ottoman army on some island, on Chios in this case, so this is going to be a very easy war. Straight after this war, I'm going to declare on the Mamluks. Now I'm going to white peace Ak-Koyunlu. This is because they are still allied with the Ottomans, and I'm going to get a border with Ak-Koyunlu on the next war, just so I can truce reset the Ottomans without having to truce break. There it is, white peace, and see you later, Ak-Koyunlu. Now it's time to carpet siege the Ottomans, just like this, and I'm going to guard these small stacks with this decent sized stack right there. War is done in no time. Now let me take the provinces where I have a claim, and also let me take Trabzon because of the Princess of the Lasers mission. Now I'll get a border with the Mamluks and try to take the northern coast. I can't. Maybe this is good enough. I only want to take this northern coast because Genoa has just declared on the Ottomans and they want these provinces, so I need to cut them off of them. Boom, war is done. And now it's time to get ready to declare on the Mamluks. Mission completed though, Asia Minor, and now this province right there, Smyrna, has become Greek, meaning that now I'll get an event to start converting every other Turkish province to Greek. Funnily enough, I've got a truce with the Mamluks, so this means I cannot declare on them for 5 more years. So what I'm going to do right now is to see if I can declare on Aragon maybe. Yes I can. I think I can beat these guys alone. Well, I can do it with the help of Burgundy actually. This might be better. Or actually I could declare on Florence and try to Balkanize them, because as always, as I always say in my videos, you can Balkanize the Italian region and DIPLOVASSALIZE everyone right here. And with Byzantium this is even stronger because you don't need to spend mana to integrate your subjects, as you're going to integrate them just because they're pronoiars. This is what I'm going to do actually. Let me start a spy network on Florence. And I'm going to declare on Theodoro, because I also have some mission to do regarding Theodoro. There is it, Princess of the Lasers. So I need to take this province, and then I'm going to also try to Balkanize Genoa. I'm going to release Savoy right there and vassalize Savoy. Time to chill a bit until then though. Just like this, we've got now all of the land that Dalmatia owned, and now we can start thinking about making someone else a pronoia. I'll do it with Morocco. So what we did right now is declaring on Theodoro, and then we did co-belligerent Genoa, meaning that Mantua also got in the war. We did co-belligerent Mantua, and we've got Florence right there. So I'll be fighting pretty much everyone at the same time, every target I had. Then I'll most probably declare on Aragon. My truce with Tunis is over, so now even if I'm still at war with these guys, Burgundy can handle it for me, so I'm going to assign a general to this and try to siege down Tunis as soon as possible because I'm going to full annex them. As you can see, for example, Mantua is now 100% down, or should be, yes, meaning that now I can force the legion in them and, as always, transfer trade power to boost my relations with them, war reps, money, and I'll try to ally them after this war in order to diplovassalize them. I cannot do it yet because I haven't vassalized anyone else in Italy, but I will be able to do it anytime soon. As soon as I release Lucca, Pisa, and Siena, I'll be close enough to Mantua to vassalize them too. Genoa is completely sieged down. Let me make them release Montferrat, Savoy, ask them for war reps, trade power. No, actually not. Actually, let me first try to release Savoy from Florence. I don't know if I can. No, I can't. Oh, yes, I can. So I'll release it from there. Now I'll make them break their alliance with Aragon. Maybe with Mantua. No, it's fine like this. And I'll also make them release Lucca, Siena. I'd like to do Pisa too, but this will have to do. Piece them out. And now I can release Montferrat from there and give these provinces back to Savoy. And I can't take anything else, not even for religion, so all I'm going to do is to take war reps and money, just like this. And now I should be able to annex Theodoro. As I said, as you can see, both Lucca and Siena are more than willing to become our vassals. So that's what we are going to do. We are going to vassalize both of them. Maybe not Savoy yet, but we'll get to there eventually. Boom, peace out Theodoro, make core, and Princess of the Laces. Done. There is only one Roman Empire. This is funny. Let me show you a trick. As you can see, Kabylia has got pretender rebels. This means now we can retract the right to inheritance, and as soon as they lose to the rebels, we are going to inherit Kabylia automatically, because it will mean we no longer have our pronoyer as the ruler. I'll show you later. Piecing out Tunis, full annex. Apparently we cannot land a pronoyer on Morocco because they have high development, but this is not a problem. What we are going to do is to check how much development they have. They have 110, and I think I'm going to just seize land from them, maybe 1 or 2 provinces, then land the pronoyer, then give back the provinces, and then wait until the pronoyer passes out. Boom, we've got Lucca, meaning that we should be able to get Savoy soon, yes, as soon as we improve some relations with them, maybe get our Diplo rep up and do a royal marriage, we are going to be able to Diplo vassalize Savoy, meaning that we can already start our expansion in Italy. Peaceful expansion, because as you can see our AE is kind of funny. We've got like a lot with Crimea, the Mamluks and the Ottomans, obviously. For some reason we do too with Venice and Albania, but we've got 0 or close to 0 AE with everyone else in Europe. I don't know why did this happen, but it's funny enough, like we're going to play around it anyway. Now we've completed this mission. These missions down there are very important, as you can see with this one, that makes us have a workshop and shipyard in both Naxos and Constantinople. As you can see, we're going to click on this, and now we can change our trade goods in Naxos from wine to glass, which is much better. And every other mission there does pretty much the same. As you can see, we're going to get silk in Corinth, Achaea and Opsikion, then on Athens too. You should also, whenever you have enough mana to dump, just try to dump mana in whichever provinces these missions right there tell you to do so. This is what I told you before. We're going to get this mission in the Turkish provinces. As you can see, effect of the Pronoia policies in Trias. This means Trias is now going to become Greek, just like this. Kabylia managed to beat their pretenders, so I can no longer show you this trick. Anyway, now I realized how to play around the Morocco thing. I am going to, as I said, take 2 provinces from them. Let me just seize land on wherever this gives them less liberty desire. I'll do it on Ifni. And I think I cannot. Yeah, I can't. Just let me seize land once more. Seize land. And I'll do... Haha. Well, okay. Now it's when I can land a pronoia on them. Oh no, they are at 101. Just let me do it once more, again. Let's do Agadir, just like this. Now I can lower their liberty desire by placating twice, land a pronoia, and now I'll just give them back this. Well, first of all, let me save the game, because I think I can land a pronoia and retract the right of inheritance, but maybe I can't, just because they go over 100 development again. Just let me grant provinces and check if I can. Yes, I can. If I lower the liberty desire, I'll just do it right now. Okay, once, retract, and now I'm going to declare on Castile for the reconquest of the Moroccan cores, and they are going to go below liberty desire again. It's very easy to do this. Let me rival Aragon. I should have rivaled the Mamluks instead. Well, whatever. I'm going to declare on Castile right now. Reconquest, there it is, of Abda. I'll call in Burgundy to make it easier for me. Just let me block the strait, and now this is gonna be an easy war. I just have to occupy some provinces down there, and then you occupy the southern Iberian Peninsula. On the meantime, I'll start improving relations with both Savoy and Monferrato, maybe with Bologna too, but I can't tell you exactly what I'm going to do with Italy, because as you can see, Venice is messing everything up. Funnily enough, I think we're not going to get the Burgundian inheritance, because this guy is already 67. I think it can't happen past the 1500, so yeah, we'll see. I also just landed a pronoia in Lucca, meaning that now I can click on this mission, and I think this might be the best option, or this one, but I'll take this one to make the pronoia management easier. Now for our peace deal with Castile, we are of course going to bring back every core to Morocco, and then we're going to take some provinces to release some vassals in Castile ourselves. We're going to do this to release Granada, then one of those, this one to release Galicia, then this one, Asturias, to release Leon, and let me see, we're also going to make them release Navarra. We're not going to take it and release it ourselves. We're going to diplovassalize it and make it a pronoia. Now, how about making Asturias? I could also take Leon, I guess. No way, right? Yeah. Maybe it's May. This looks better. I think I'll do Cantabria instead of Leon. Then I'm going to ask for war reps, money. Boom, war is done. Now we've got all of the Maghreb for us. We already have some vassals on Iberia. Well, not yet, but I'm going to release them now. We started expanding in Italy, and now it's time to make a line to connect our provinces in Anatolia and the Maghreb by attacking the Mamluks. This is what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to declare on the Mamluks, but not before allying some more nations in Italy in order to diplovassalize them. On the meantime, I'll release the ones in Iberia. Granada, Asturias. No, I should have done Leon and then Asturias. Let me quick save scan for this. Now I'm going to do it correctly. First Leon and then Asturias. I'll also not diplovassalize anyone else in Italy for now, because I don't want to make my vassals disloyal. So I might just ally a few of them. Maybe I'll Diplovassalize Montferrat or Saluzzo and then ally the other guys. And we've got the Burgundian inheritance. However, I think this is a tricky moment to get it because I'm helping Austria in some war they are fighting right now. And of course, they're not willing to give up their claims on Burgundy. So let me see how I play around this, because I don't know if I can ally every elector. This also means we now have to delay our war with the Mamluks even longer, so it's not what I would like to happen, but it's fine. Like, I'd rather breaking the Echari than conquering the Mamluks quick, even though this means not taking Antiochia and everything from the Pentarchy. That's as soon as I want. Now, this also means the war that Burgundy was fighting with Bar has to be finished by me, and as you can see, if I take these two provinces, I'm going to get coalitioned. Well, actually not, but I would get coalitioned if I take these provinces and Venice, which I'm planning to take very soon. So I'll just force relation in them, check if they have any alliances. Yes, they do with Hesse. So I'm going to break it, transfer trade power as always, money, maybe war reps. Yes, I can. And now I might be able to diplovassalize them later, even if they are a member of the empire. Now there it is. Austria is going to declare on us, and let me tell you, this war is going to be brutal. Because Austria not only has great allies, they have Hungary, Bohemia, and even England as a PU. This is going to be a hard war to fight, but we'll do our best. I don't know what to do later though. I might make them release Hungary. That would be the best outcome, but I don't think that will be possible, so I might just try to make them break their alliance with Aragon in order to be able to fight Aragon by myself later. So yeah, just let me try to ally every elector just like this, because one thing's 100% sure, and that's that I'm going to break the Echari right now on this war. Now, after allying every elector, let me check if my allies would actually help me in the war. As you can see, Brandenburg would probably not help me. Saxony is also on debt, so they might not help me, and these guys are most probably going to help me. Maybe not Mainz, but they have no debt, so. And Muscovy. So what we're going to do now is selling titles in order to pay all of our allies' loans, just like this, just so they help us in the war. Like this, I'm going to gift Muscovy a lot of money, and then I'm going to see if I can take on foreign debt with Brandenburg and Saxony. Let me save the game and click on all of Burgundy is ours. Yes, as you can see, everyone has accepted our call to arms. We've got Vienna, and now it's time to barrage on Praga and try to get it before Hungary takes down Dresden, because even if we have Vienna and Praga, if they control Dresden, then we will not be able to break the Echari yet. So I'm going to try to deter them from taking this province. They've got scared or overconfident. Either way, this means now I can move back because they've stopped sieging down Dresden, and maybe stack my both armies in Praga just so I don't get engaged by them. Siege of Prague is over, meaning we can dismantle the Echari right now. Now this war should be way easier because these guys have lost their empire rank, meaning that we might be able to make them release one of their PUs. Which one? I don't know, because all of them take a lot of war score to do. And I also want to make Aragon break their alliance with Austria. However, I think I could do this by declaring on Venice. We'll see how this goes later, but for now I'm going to try and make them release Hungary. Nice, we've inherited Tlemcen, and now it's time to make another Pronoyer. I think I'm going to do Siena, because they are an OPM and I've got no cores to reconquer. So yeah, I'll do Siena. I don't know how this happened, okay? I think the ruler passed away and I clicked on Landa Pronoyer at the same time, and as you can remember, I picked the first option on this mission to make Pronoyer non-hereditary by default. And yeah, I've just inherited Siena. Well, I didn't know this could happen. So now I have to make someone else a Pronoyer. I think I'll do Granada. Just because they're Muslim. Oh, well, never mind. I was about to say just because they're Muslim in order to get maps everywhere else, but I couldn't care less about that because I've already inherited a few Muslims. Well, I'll do it for the Alhambra anyway because of the admin efficiency. Well, this war was way easier than I thought, and I've also got an idea. Even though I think wars are tedious to see and maybe boring, I think I should have shown you maybe a bit more about this war, because maybe saying, yo, I started this war, and then saying, yo, I won this war, it's not as entertaining as it could be. So if any of you guys has an opinion on this, just let me know it on the comments below so I can make my next video having that in mind. Now anyway, what I think I should do now is trying to see who's a rival of Austria and stack wipe their armies, making one of their PUs go above 50% liberty desire, say Bohemia, and then I should release the one that's not at high liberty desire, say Hungary. Just like this. I think that's what I'm going to do to weaken Austria. Now I realized I could take Bohemia for me with the 8 ability, but I don't think any province owned by Bohemia was part of the Roman Empire, and this run isn't a world conquest, it's a Byzantium to Rome. So I think I'm not going to do this, even though it might be the best option. Well, it's time to piece out Austria out, and as you can see, none of these guys is willing to go independent, so it's a shame. But anyway, I'm going to release Hungary in order to invade them later, because I need to complete the advance into Illyricum mission. I'll take all of Slavonia and Croatia later. However, now this war has been a success though, because this means now we can easily diplovassalize anyone in the Italy. See, we can't do this, guys, because we are kind of far, I think. No, but because they are neutral to us, but as soon as we ally them and royal marry, then we would be able to just vassalize them, and same goes for pretty much every nation in the Italy. We're not going to do it yet, because as you can see, liberty desire in subjects is kind of hard to manage sometimes. So yeah, anyway, now it's time to declare on the Mamluks. Just let me clear these rebels too. Where are they going to spawn? In? Yeah, I'll clear these rebels and then I'm going to declare on the Mamluks. I'm also of course going to break my alliance with every ex-Icari elector, because they are taking too much diplo slots for me. I want to have my diplo slots filled with vassals. Just like this one. Montferrat. Well, apparently I'm not going to declare on the Mamluks yet, because Poland has better plans for me. Well, that's nice, because I'm going to make them break their alliance with Albania, and then I'm going to conquer Albania. So yeah, I think this is actually good. I'm also going to vassalize Savoy. As you can see, no yes man is involved, and they have no subjects. So yeah, I can do this legit, let's say. Now, what I have to do is to be sure Hungary doesn't take any provinces from Poland. Like, ideally I should occupy Târgoviște, Giurgiu, Novi Sad and Bessarabia in order to make them punish Poland on the peace deal on some other way that's not actually taking provinces from them. Let's say making them release Moldavia, and then I can diplovassalize Moldavia. Stuff like this, you know. Siege of Krakow is over. Now this means we're going to piss them out sooner than I expected. Just let me occupy these two provinces around there. There it is. Now Hungary cannot take any province from Poland as long as they don't Poland doesn't sit down any of these provinces, so I'll try to scare them away and clear Albania on the meantime. This guy sucks. Out with you. Yo, these guys just gave me all of the Albanian provinces. I thought they hate me. Yeah, they hate me. I don't know why I did that. Maybe to repay my help. But yeah, that gave me some more aid with Venice and the Italians. This one's way better, but Manuel is not a very Greek or Roman name, so let me change it. This sounds way better. Now Hungary has pissed out Poland, and as you can see, Hungary hasn't taken any province from them, and this is great because now this means we can fight Hungary and Poland for the same provinces, but on two different wars. All they did was releasing Danzig. I would have liked if they broke their alliance with Lithuania or with Sweden, but it's completely fine like this. Anyway, now it's time to fight the Ottomans, and I think I'll just finish them off because, yeah, my truce with them is over. Like, I was so busy doing so many stuff, especially with that Austria war, that I didn't have time to declare on the Mamluks. But anyway, I think, yeah, let me declare on both at the same time, actually. I'll declare on both the Mamluks and the Ottomans. Because if I do declare on the Mamluks right now, their alliance with Ak-Koyunlu and with Khorasan will break. Not with Hadramut though, and Hadramut is equally annoying as Khorasan because they are in the middle of nowhere. But at least I'll be able to break this alliance, so let's just let some days pass, and I will declare for the conquest of Hamid. Where is it? Do I even have a claim on Hamid? Yes, I do. Just like this. Now let me declare on the Ottomans too for the conquest of Denizli. I'll do Denizli, and I'll take pretty much everything from there. Every province bordering the Mamluks. I'll also take this, and between these two provinces I think I'd rather have in Amasya because it's paper. Yeah, it's paper. So what I'm going to do now is piecing out the Ottomans, like almost full annexing them. I'll only let them have two provinces and then focus on the Mamluks, but until then I'm going to fight the Ottomans. Yo, we've got Morocco. That's awesome because now we can core this state, this specific state, and maybe we'll also do this one. And now we can accept, where are them? The Moroccans. Convert these provinces, Talifalt, just like this, and we'll get another gold mine. I mean, we already have it, but we'll benefit from it. And now only Kabylia is remaining on the Maghreb to integrate. I can also retract the right to inheritance to one more vassal. I'm going to do it on Leon. This is why the Talifalt gold mine is so good. If you manage to get it before other Europeans do, you can get this event. We hit gold in Talifalt and get plus 50% local goods produce modifier in a gold mine, which is awesome if you ask me. Also, the autonomy is 0%, as you can see, because we've inherited them, not annexed. So we're going to make a lot of money from this province. Now, boom, we're piecing out the Ottomans, just like this. And it's time to core every province they had. As you can see, it's very cheap for us, because we've got a lot of CCR, look. This is it, 86% CCR. 25% because of our national ideas, 25% because of admin ideas, 25% because we have a claim, 10% because of our golden era, and some from innovativeness, just like this. Now we are also going to take a lot of provinces from the Mamluks, ideally the ones to restore the Pentarchy. Well, we lost our ruler, but this is actually good because the previous one we had was kind of horrible. Now this 336 is very decent, and the Yanis is going to take over as a 346, right? It's great. I can't complain. Also, we finally completed admin ideas now. Just remember, as I said, I'm not flipping out influence yet because of the liberty desire in subjects. I wouldn't be able to inherit all of these pronoias without this additional levelist recruitment. However, filling them is nonsense for Byzantium, at least for now. So as soon as we get powerful enough to deter all of our pronoias from declaring, I'll swap this for diplomatic ideas. Now, for our third idea group, once I get there, I'll of course take religious. But yeah, until we still have to get there eventually. Now that we've converted every province in Talifalt, it means we can encourage development and bump this up to 10. Just like this, and now we'll get a lot of money from gold. Finally, we've also inherited Kabylia, meaning it's time to try to inherit one more of these guys. I'll probably do Galicia. We can finally piece out the Mamluks, and even though I said I wanted to take this province, these guys were so annoying to fight. Like, the Mamluks are incredibly annoying to fight. So what I'm going to do is to take these 3 provinces because they have forts in them, and just peace out because I'm so tired of fighting these guys. It's incredible how annoying they are. Now let me just concentrate development from there, start coding these provinces, and I'm going to declare on Castile, which is going to be way easier than this, and it's going to be way less annoying. Well, now before declaring on Castile, let me try to vassalize Saluzzo before anyone else does. Also, let me clear the rebels I have, and then I'll declare on Castile. Now I'm also going to build some land force limit because I don't want to have any other annoying war, just as the last I fought. I wonder why is this guy still alive though. I'm waiting just so I can make these guys a pronoia, but yeah, the Lucan guy is not willing to leave apparently. Anyway, just let me transport my troops to Malaga and I'll invade from there. Whoa. Let me do this with some regimental camps. Yeah, like this. I don't wanna take any loan. Now I'll co-belligerent Portugal because I can. It's as simple as that. They can't be allied to England because as we already know, England is a PU of Austria and it's about to get inherited. My god. What about Bohemia? Well, Bohemia is... well, they swapped away from the Hussite. This game is weird, not gonna lie. Anyway, we're going to declare for the reconquest of whatever. Let's say Gibraltar. Call in Portugal, and let's just do this. It's going to be way easier than the previous war. Siege down Lisboa should be... well, I can't, but it should be time to peace out Portugal. White peace them because I'm going to use them to trust-juggle Castile. Now I can, just like this. And now it's time to finish off Castile. And done. Give me back the core of every vassal I own. And yeah, let me take Cordoba. Just so I can walk from the north to the south. Pay me some money. And you guys cannot believe how easy this war was. Like, it makes no sense how easy it was. Especially when compared to the Mamluk war. It's insane, the difference is insane. Now, as I said before, I'm going to dump mana on the provinces my missions say, in this case Athens. and I'm going to try to develop it until 25, even though I think I'm not going to be able to do it. Yeah, just because I don't have enough Diplo, and well, let's just do it. Now there is it, and I'm going to take the Roman Empire color, and of course I'm going to swap this bad trade good grain and swap it from for dice, which is one of the best. Now what are we going to do? Ideally we're going to fight France. However, this might be another annoying war that I'm not willing to fight. So what I think we're going to do is to fight Aragon by declaring on Florence. We might make Florence our vassal, because yeah, apparently there's yep, we can vassalize Ferrara. Never mind, so I'm not going to make Florence my vassal, I'm just going to annex it. Now I'm ready to declare on Florence, just like this, and now I'm going to make Aragon break their alliances with Venice, Austria and France, pretty much everyone. Then I might go and hit Hungary. Now I'm going to peace out Aragon, making them break every alliance they had except with Florence, which isn't important at all because boom, now Florence is mine. Now it's time to move my armies, because I'm going to declare on Hungary. Dude, this guy is making it to 100 years. It's incredible, he's still around us. I've even inherited Granada before Luca. It's completely nonsense. Look, I even just granted a pronoia to Savoy, and I've got them before Luca. Like, it took me 2 days to inherit Savoy, but no, Lucas Iulianos Aonios is still here after 72 years. Like, I don't know what to tell you guys. Remember, as always, Force Legion, transfer trade power, war reps, money. And now this guy likes us. Now just let me save the game, because I wanna take these provinces, but this would be too muchy. Yep. I mean, I wouldn't get coalition for this, but I am planning to attack Venice, and I would get coalition for attacking Venice. So now let me release, where is it? Release Croatia, take these 2 provinces for me, and then release Wallachia. Yeah. Well, I mean, it was positive, okay? What can I say? The AI and their stuff, whatever. Let me send another demand now. And can I vassalize these guys? Yes, they are below 100 development, so I'm going to take them. Now let me declare on the Ottomans to finish wiping them out. And yeah, I'll just take this from Ak-Koyunlu, even if they are not co-belligerent, because I am not going to fight Khorasan, and even less Karakoyunlu. Actually, I might just make them break the alliance with Khorasan. No? Okay, I couldn't care about it. Like, if in 1 or 2 months they're not willing to break the alliance with Khorasan, okay. I was just gonna white piece them. Now let me annex the Ottomans. And what do we do now? Can we hit Portugal? Yes, we can. Well, that's what we're going to do. We're going to reset Castile. 75 years, by the way. You guys can't imagine how much I was waiting for this moment. Like, holy fuck, man. Let me also get some trust with Ferrara, and now I can vassalize them. That's what I'm going to do now. Also, I'm finally restoring the Senate, and yeah, it's time for a cut, because I'm going to grant a seat on the parliament to pretty much every province I own. White peace on Castile, and now Actually, I don't know what I'm going to take from Portugal. Maybe just a line like this? I don't know. Yeah, this is what I'm going to take. Also, I think they are going to flee to Brazil after this, but I couldn't care less, honestly. Also, I'm going to manually annex these two guys because, yeah, I did not expect the Lucan Pronoia live that long, and this made my Pronoia rolling may be way slower than it should be. Now just let me, where is it? Yeah, send a gift to these guys and then improve my relations a bit more with them by offering military alliance. And where is it? Proclaiming guarantee, and I'll be finally able to vassalize them after, of course, strengthening my government once. Now, before annexing these two guys, Salutes on Montferrat, I am also going to enforce religion in both of them. Yeah, that is it, in order to not get a penalization. There is it, no Diplora penalty. And now I only have to strengthen government once and offer vassalization to these guys. And finally, I took over pretty much half of Italy already. Now it's time to take over Rome. I'm going to attack the Pope. Now that I'm finally that big, it's time to land a Pronoia on these guys, check their liberty desire, see it's completely fine, and finally remove influence ideas and replace them for diplo ideas. Now I can also vassalize these guys and might declare on Poland later for their course. Now just let me declare for the conquest of Rome. That's awesome. I hope these guys win. Well, obviously they didn't. Constance and Strasbourg took over them. This is what I'm taking from Venice. One province to release Milan, and I'm making them break their alliances with France and Genoa, because they had a very nasty block of Venice, Austria, France and Aragon. And now this block, it no longer exists, finally. We've won the siege of Barcelona, white peace, and we're going to attack Castile now to also make Aragon lose their Defender of Faith status. Now I'm going to peace out the Pope for these two provinces to connect my Italian provinces, but I'd get coalitioned by France, so yeah, I'm going to take this. Where is it? Less aggressive expansion impact, and I'd still get coalitioned by France. This is a scam. Whatever. Let's just take it. As you can see, the Mamluks just started a coalition, so it's time to avoid this from happening. Let's just declare for the conquest of Konya, for example, and then I'm going to declare on Castile too. Now there's our declaration on Castile too, just to avoid this coalition. There is it. I think I can white peace Castile. Yes, I just white peace them in order to avoid them joining the coalition. Now it's time to take care of the Mamluks, and I'm going to finish all of these missions right there after doing so. Not gonna lie though, the Mamluks are amazing. Not only they're the most annoying nation to fight, aside from Chagatai or Mogulistan, but they also ally every single time someone that's annoying to fight. Like this time they've allied Balochistan. Why would I even go to Balochistan? I don't get why the Mamluks AI is like this. They're made to be annoying. Remember the Lucan guy? Look at this one. I don't know what's happening in this game, guys. Like, nothing makes any sense. I mean, apparently I only had to complain for this to be inherited. Classic Mamluks, dude. Not only their army is annoying to fight, not only their allies are annoying to fight, then every single time they also get Mamlukian peasants that are also annoying to fight. You guys cannot know how much I hate the Mamluks. At least we finally got to complete this mission. We are of course going to continue on assimilating, just like this. And what do we do now? Well, that's a good question. Because I'd like vassalizing these guys, but they're not willing to be diplo-vassalized, at least yet. I also have a truce with every target I want to attack. I've got a truce with Portugal, with Castile, with Aragon, and even Venice. So I think all I can do now is seizing land, granting this to the clericoi. And then what? I guess I have to annex my vassal Perugia, which by the way I've made Orthodox. But yeah, now what? Maybe I should try to diplo-vassalize someone else. Like, there are a lot of nations that are willing to be diplo-vassalized actually. Let me do the Orthodox one first, because it's easier for me. Oh, I'm also releasing, where is it? Milan. I completely forgot about that. There is it. I'm also going to land a pronoyer here. And now I've got cores to take from Venice. Does Switzerland has cores too? Yes, I'm going to vassalize Switzerland to them. And I'm gonna be honest, I think the smartest move right now would be waiting until my truce with Venice ends and just reconquering as much as I can from them and making them release as many nations I can. Then I'll diplo-vassalize everything and reform, where is it? Yeah, complete this mission, because I need to take this one first. Finally, I've got to vassalize Croatia. I'm going to land a pronoyer on them. But not before taking this mission. Awesome. That's awesome. Now I'm finally declaring on Venice. Let's declare for the reconquest of Pavia, calling Switzerland, and yeah, we're not going to co-belligerate in Poland. There we are. I made Venice give everything back to Milan, release Parma, release Verona, and give back everything to Switzerland. Now let me see how many provinces I'm missing for this mission. The one, yeah, very serious foe. I'm missing 3. So I have to declare again on Venice. Let me just declare on the Pope, because they're guaranteeing them. Now I'll piece out Hungary, and this should be very easy to finish now. Now we're going to finally be able to complete Belisarius foe. Just once we finish vassalizing these guys. I'll also fully annex the Pope. Boom, there we are. Fine. We completed this. Belisarius successor. Now let me check what should we do while I'm taking the seat, guys. Now also we've got Justinian's ambition. Rome in Roman hands, of course. And let me check. No, so apparently what I need to do is to finish into Egyptus. Well, let's do that. I mean, it's not that hard. I'll call in the Timurids. So I just declared on QQ because they were going to attack the Mamluks, and they were most probably taking provinces I need to take for myself. So I just declared on them to cut them from expanding to the Mamluks. Now I'm just going to take every single province they own that is part for the Roman Empire. Let me see if I can concentrate development somewhere. No, obviously I can't. No, I think I can complete the bees, the Persians. No. But I can do Antiochia and Jerusalem, which is awesome because I just wanted to fight for Jerusalem now. I mean, for Egypt. Let me start scoring everything and then we'll declare. Guess what? They allied someone even more annoying than Balochistan. The Mamluks are always at it, man. Now I can complete the base the Persians. Don't ask me why. I couldn't before, but I can now. Whatever. As always, Mamlukian peasants. They never disappoint you. Now I'll get to show you what I wanted to show you earlier. Look, Verona right now is a pro-noir, and they got pretender rebels. Let's see if we win the siege now. Not yet. It has to be now. On the meantime, Mamluks get peasants again. Just as always. Now, there it is. And well, they should be enforcing demands. Okay. Now, after the Mamluks made me follow them from Persia to Syria, and then back to Persia, and then back to Syria, and then to fucking Yemen, just to delete their armies like we didn't even fight. I can finally piss them out for all of what they own in Egypt, except for Cairo, but this is whatever. Because I am pretty sure we can now finally complete into Egyptus and restore our name, the name we should have had for the whole game, the Eastern Roman Empire. Now, I think if this is already fine for today. Like, we couldn't ask more for a second campaign day. We formed the Eastern Roman Empire, and yeah, obviously on the next game we are going to just conquer everything it's left on Europe for us and finally unite the Roman Empire. However, I'm going to try to focus a bit more in this side, like finishing off Akkoyunlu and Iberia, because I wanna do it after completing this mission, Mend the Schism, even though, yeah, as I said, I need to convert 45 more provinces. I can do that with Burgundy, actually. Like, I think I can just force religion in them if I improve relations, and then we'll be able to mend the schism, in order to make everyone hate me less. Like, A is kind of high at this point already, not on this side of the world, but on this side. And as soon as I start expanding in this side, they'll unite with the guys from this side. Like, even Funds will join a coalition among Scotland against me if I don't mend the schism. So yeah. Now, with that being said, that's all I have for you today, and see you on the next one on Tuesday. Not with this third episode, but with something else I'm preparing for you guys. So see you on the next one, and bye bye.